Want to buy land in Canada without destroying your bank account? In this video, I'm breaking down 5 of the cheapest places to look for land in Canada right now. And no, I'm not talking about fantasy deals that don't exist. I'm talking about real regions where cheap lots still show up, especially if you're willing to go rural. One quick warning though, cheap land is not always cheap to build on. Always check zoning, road access, utilities, well and septic costs, and whether the lot is actually buildable. Alright, let's count them down. Number 5, Cape Breton, Nova Scotia. Cape Breton keeps popping up as one of the cheapest places in eastern Canada to buy vacant land. You can still find lower priced lots here, especially outside the main population centers. The big appeal is obvious: coastal scenery, forests, and that rugged Atlantic look. But here's the trade-off: some parcels are remote, some are raw land, and some are cheap because development will cost you later. Great for privacy, not always great for convenience. Number 4, Newfoundland and Labrador, especially smaller communities. If you're looking for cheap land with a remote, wild feel, Newfoundland and Labrador deserves a serious look. In smaller towns, you can still see very low asking prices compared to most of the country. The upside is character, scenery, and lower entry cost. The downside? Harsh weather, distance, and in some areas, fewer services and job opportunities. This is a place for people who actually want that quieter lifestyle. Number 3, New Brunswick, especially Bathurst, Upper Miramichi, and other rural zones. New Brunswick is one of the strongest cheap land plays in Canada right now. Why? Because you can still find low-priced lots in multiple rural areas, and sometimes the numbers are shockingly low compared to Ontario or BC. This is one of the better options if you want affordability without feeling completely cut off. But again, do your homework. Cheap lot does not automatically mean easy build. Number 2, rural Manitoba. Manitoba is consistently one of the more affordable land provinces in Canada. Smaller communities and rural municipalities can offer a lot more land for a lot less money than the major markets. What makes Manitoba interesting is that in some places you get that mix of low cost, usable land, and a more practical setup for future building. Still, winter is serious, distances are real, and not every cheap parcel is a hidden gem. Number 1, rural Saskatchewan. If you keep hearing that Saskatchewan has some of the cheapest land in Canada, that's because it usually does. It's one of the most consistently affordable provinces for land, especially once you get away from the main urban areas. This is the province for buyers who want space, a lot of space. The advantage is obvious: lower land prices and plenty of room. The downside is also obvious: you may be far from services, and depending on the property, development costs can sneak up on you fast. So, the 5 cheapest places to seriously look for land in Canada are Cape Breton, Newfoundland and Labrador, rural New Brunswick, rural Manitoba, and rural Saskatchewan. If your goal is to buy land cheap, don't just ask, "What's the price?" Ask, "Can I build on it? Can I access it year-round? Can I get power, water, and septic in place without going broke?" Cheap land can be a smart move, but only if the total project still makes sense when the excitement wears off.